Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the new Tesla Vision Park Assist with a new update that came with vehicles that don't have the ultrasonic sensors. The new Model 3 Highland doesn't include ultrasonic sensors, so it works exclusively on the cameras, and I'll be testing out how accurate it is, as well as showing you some tight European parking spaces here in Portugal and the different tips and tricks that I use to get into these tight spaces without damaging my car. Wow.
On a motorbike.
Literally. Out damaging my car. Here's a parallel spot. It's very narrow. As you can see, the pavement on the left is right next to my wheel. I can't really go too far left, so I need to turn in without getting onto the pavement. And if I do, I need to make sure I don't get a curb rash, so that my wheel's actually turned enough so that I can move onto the pavement instead of scraping the pavement. My driving instructor a few years ago told me a trick. So if you look in the rear 3/4 mirror, that triangle mirror in the back, once the car next to you's bumper is in that view, you can fully lock, and this is where the cameras come into play. So you can see I'm already going onto the curb now, so you actually have to get onto the curb in this case. Oh shit, actually scraping the curb. Scraped the wheel really bad there. Okay, so it's really tight. Get onto the curb quickly.
Nope, you're scraping it.
I scraped it very bad. This is a very bad video. So you want to get quite tight in, and then once your front bumper is by the bumper of the other car, you can lock the other way, and that'll get you close without hitting. And because this camera is quite, like, by where the number plate is, you actually have quite a bit of space between your bumper and the actual bumper of the other car. Okay, so we'll straighten out a little bit. Oh, that was horrible. You can actually see quite nicely in the camera here where your wheel is relative to the curb. Oh, never mind. I scraped all wheels for this video. I'm literally scraped all my wheels. It's bad.
You can see how bad it is.
It feels very bad. Oh my god. So I have now parked. It's a very costly video because I think I've scraped three out of 4 rooms. Let's go take a look what the damage looks like. So I scraped my rim over there when I was coming in, and it looks like I've got a bit of curb rash over here. I cut the tire a little bit, it should be okay, it's just cosmetic. Here as well, cut it a little bit. A little bit over here. No, otherwise it's not too bad. I mean, these tight parking spaces, it's expected that you get a little bit of curb rash. Let's go take a look at the back. I think over here I've got a little bit more. I mean, ow. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Part of the metal went into my finger as a splinter, but I got it out, fortunately. So a little bit of curb rash here. Otherwise completely cosmetic on this one. Yeah. Anything over here? Nothing, all good. Accurate. So here's a parking in between this van and this BMW. Clear to go. So I'm going to go very slowly so Vision Park Assist starts. So as you can see, it shows that I can see that car over there, represented over here, that car's over there. And with head-in parking, you actually cannot see the front because there is a front camera over here, but there's no front camera that represents the front of the car. So it's telling me to stop, even though I feel like I'm not really far into the parking. As you can see, that van is much further in. I'm about the same as the BMW, but let's go take a look. As you can see, I'm inside the lines, and it was pretty accurate because this is actually the perfect spot to stop. I didn't go over the curb. Obviously, my car is high enough in this instance to go over the curb, but it was pretty accurate. My front spoiler is slightly over the curb, and this represents it very accurately. And you can see that the 3D representations of the cars next to me are also pretty accurate, even the one that's obstructed after this car. So as far as I understand, it builds up a 3D model while you're driving past, and it keeps that 3D model in, you know, memory space, and it's able to, like, you know, persist where these things are. So the cameras are pretty useful in reverse. Forward, not so much, because you don't get a view of the front of the camera like a lot of other cars that have a camera right in the front, so you can see the position of the bumper relative to the front. But I think with Tesla Vision Park Assist, forward parking isn't so much of a problem. And this parking space was not tight at all. Alley docking is pretty straightforward. Just like other cars with rear view mirrors, there are line indicators that show you where your wheels are going to go. So it's pretty useful. And before Tesla Vision, you couldn't actually see the parking space and stuff and where the lines are. With Tesla Vision, you can actually see like the shadow of where the lines are. So it actually is very helpful, and the cameras are very well positioned for alley docking. So alley docking is pretty simple. You can see if you're inside the parking space, both on the cameras and in Tesla Vision. So that works pretty well. Didn't really tell me when to stop. Now I'm kind of over the line, even though in Tesla Vision it shows that I'm not over the line, but I'm pretty certain I'm over the line given that the camera is over the line. So that's pretty interesting. I guess we can go outside and see if we truly are over the line.
Yeah, let's go and see.
Cool. Looks like I'm just on the line, not over that much, but in Tesla Vision it looked like I was actually far from being over the line. So accuracy is not 100%, but I am perfectly in the parking. One of the biggest criticisms I have about the wing mirrors not being able to be adjusted, like let's say on your handle, like in other cars. My previous car, I had the mirrors adjustable by the control section where you can control the windows. Is that in the Tesla, you can't actually adjust your mirrors and how far they go down after you started reversing, for example. So that was actually a common thing that I used to do. I used to adjust it further down so I can see where the wheel is, or adjust it a little bit while I'm trying to park. Whereas here, it's kind of a fixed position, predefined. You can't actually define it, so it's based on where you've set the mirrors. So let's say I want my left mirror, so you guys can see further left, and then let's say I want it pretty high up like this. When I reverse, it just uses based on that how far it goes down, but I can't make it go down even more than that, even though, you know, I can benefit from that on both sides. So that's kind of an annoyance, because I literally thought that my wheel wasn't on the curb, but it actually was, because I can't see and I can't move the mirror to see more clearly. Vision Park Assist didn't really give an accurate position of where the curb was. If you are parking, definitely put your head out the window to see if you are on the curb on the left side, you know, if you're a left-hand drive, and don't rely too much on what Vision Park Assist is showing. I think I might have tapped the car.
I don't think you did.
Wow, it was very tight.
Did you? I don't think you did.
It might have been my number plate. This was very tight, guys. Damn. The other problem is that it's tight, but also at the same time, it's like I had to get onto the curb